Good evening and welcome to Poland Daily. I'm Nicholas Richardson and this is the news. The unofficial leader of the Belarusian opposition, Svietlana Tsikanuskaya, has visited Poland. During her visit, Tsikanuskaya met Polish Prime Minister Mateusz Morawiecki and the leader of the Solidarity trade union, Piotr Duda. She also gave a lecture at the University of Warsaw on the current state of affairs in Belarus.
Svietlano.
Госпожа Svietlana.
Proszę przyjąć ten dar narodu polskiego dla narodu białoruskiego.
Prime Minister Mateusz Morawiecki handed Svietlana Tsikanuskaya the keys to the new building in Warsaw, the Belarusian House, where a meeting with representatives of the Belarusian community in Poland was held. The visit of the Belarusian opposition figures to Poland took place exactly a month after the elections in Belarus. According to the official results, Alexander Lukashenko was the winner, although the vast majority of Belarusians believe that the results were falsified.
Wszystkim Białorusinom, żeby swój prawdziwy
Let this place be a home for all those who cannot be in Belarus for the time being, but we will ultimately support Belarus to make it a place for everyone.
musi się skądś też toczyć.
Mass civil protests have been taking place in Belarus continually since August 9th. At least 6 people have been murdered by the security forces, and the fate of several dozen others is unknown. Protesters are thrown into prisons, where they are tortured. Svietlana Tsikanuskaya found asylum in Lithuania immediately after the elections. All for one country, and now we are fighting for the right to vote, to express our applause. Now terrible things are happening in the streets of Belarusian cities. Belarusians who met Svietlana Tsikanuskaya today call her the president. In their opinion, she actually won the election on August 9th. This time is a lot worse than in 2010. Now Amen, the Belarusian government military police arrests people who are then tortured, and some are killed during torture.
Milicja po prostu torturuje ludzi.
My nie chcemy być ani częścią Rosji.
We don't want to be a part of Russia, nor be dependent on Europe. Belarus must be a self-supporting country. We don't know what we really want from Poles. I think we just want Poles to be our brothers and sisters, and that they support us and keep their fingers crossed.
Mogę powiedzieć, czego oczekujemy od Polaków.
As Agnieszka Romaszewska-Guzy, Belsat TV director, points out, the future of Belarus largely depends on the role of Belarusian society. I am certain that Belarus will never be the same. There is no turning back. Belarus is opening a new chapter. What is it going to look like? We don't know. How long is it going to take? It's hard to say. Lukashenko must go. He's digging in, but there is no way he's going to win. Society simply does not want him there. After visiting the Belarusian House and an earlier meeting with the Prime Minister at the Chancellery, Svietlana Tsikanuskaya gave a lecture at the University of Warsaw and also met the head of Solidarity, Piotr Duda. Tomorrow, she will take part in the Economic Forum 2020 in Karpacz.
The leader of the Law and Justice Party, Jarosław Kaczyński, once again spoke very critically about the ban on publishing imposed by the district court in Warsaw on Piotr Nistor, an investigative journalist from Gazeta Polska Codzienna. Under the threat of financial penalties, the court forbade Nistor to write about business relations between the president of the Polish Football Association, Zbigniew Boniek, and an officer in the Communist Ministry of Public Security operating during the Polish People's Republic. In an interview for Gazeta Polska Codzienna, Kaczyński described the court's decision as a phenomenon devastating social life.
We are facing a matter which is very dangerous for the freedom of speech in Poland and needs to be taken care of. We have to protest against it because it has nothing to do with democracy. This matter is yet another argument for Poland needing a deep-seated reform of the Polish justice system, not only in its institutional and organizational aspects, but also in its personnel.
The 5-year term of office of the Commissioner for Human Rights, or Polish Ombudsman, Adam Bodnar, ended today. In his statement, Bodnar said that the past 5 years had been a time of great work for Polish citizens, the Polish constitution and the Polish state. His successor is not yet known, nor when the Polish Sejm will vote on the matter. The only candidate who has been announced so far for this position is lawyer Zuzanna Rudzińska-Błoszcz. The Law and Justice Party has proposed changes in the law to improve animal welfare. The Five for Animals programme, that affirms every living being's right to humane treatment, is controversial, as it might be seen as a concession to the radical left, which has been pushing for animals to be treated almost as humans for years. However, many commentators also point out that animals bred for fur on farms are kept in horrible living conditions, and fur farming has been banned in many countries.
The ruling Law and Justice Party wants to tighten the rights protecting animals. The draft bill 5 for Animals fulfills that goal. The leader of the Law and Justice Party, Jarosław Kaczyński, stresses that the law needs to be changed better to protect animals, especially those bred for fur, and to raise the competence of NGOs in conducting social control. As he announced, the draft bill will be put to a vote in the Sejm this week. The moment has come when we finally take this seriously. We finally have the draft bill for it. What we want to introduce is 5 basic points: humane treatment of animals, social control, precise law, better security, and safe shelters with no more chains. The bill proposed by the ruling party would ban fur farming, as well as using animals for entertainment, which could de facto mean the end for circuses. What's more, the draft bill would allow the police to intervene in cases of animal abuse. The draft bill was well received by the director of the Warsaw Animal Shelter at Paluch. This is truly the last moment to introduce these changes, to implement the humanitarian regulations, that is, those securing animal rights. According to political commentators, by introducing such a bill, the ruling party wants to attract younger voters. It turns out that when Michał Moskal said the Law and Justice Party would go to the left a bit to gain the support of the younger electorate, it wasn't just the voice of some party minority, but of the chairman himself. This is already the second draft from the Law and Justice Party regarding stricter laws to protect animals. The ruling party first introduced a draft bill in November 2017.
That's the news. Thank you for watching. Stay with us with weather, Poland Daily Business and more programmes. But from me, it's have a good night and a better tomorrow.